coming to an end. It only has so much time left. They made more money in 50 years with this whole system than they would have in like 500. So fiat currency is basically a paper currency, a currency that has no backing or standards. It's a monetary asset, but created off of nothing. You can't trade it in for anything else. It's just a paper currency. There's nothing backing it or standardizing it, which basically limits it. And people think like, oh yeah, the Federal Reserve, bro, like they're so stupid. They fucked up. It's like, no, they didn't. You fucking moron. The people behind the Federal Reserve, it was all written on Mason Island, by the way, by bankers. Like the biggest bankers in the country wrote the Federal Reserve, created it on Mason Island. They made more money in 50 years with this whole system than they would have in like 500. What they've done, they've made ridiculous amounts of money that wasn't backed or by anything, that had no real value, but then they traded it for real world assets, like hundreds of thousands of barrels of oil and all this gold and all these different real world assets. By the time that the US dollar crumbles, it's like people will think that it's a failed system. It's not a failed system. It will have succeeded in the way that it was supposed to succeed. People think that blockchains are new. They're not fucking new. All a blockchain is a digital ledger. Like, we've had digital ledgers since the 80s. This has all been a plan for a long time. The moment that they could get us to go cashless if they want to do it, because that's just endless data. Of course they want us to go cashless. And people who are fighting it, like, there's nothing to fight, because like, what are you proposing? You keep using the US dollar? A system where like the people in charge of printing it have no oversight. They've been printing it recklessly. They've admittedly just flooded the system with more and more cash year after year for decades. There's no way that this system continues. The fact that it's lasted as long as it has since the 08 crash is already crazy, because you have countries all around the world that are like been crippled since that last economic crash. They're still on payment plans where we bailed out all of our banks with money we just decided to print. It's coming to an end. It only has so much time left.